Hello, hello, hello. This is Tanya Bankston, Coach T. Bankston, the Change Doula, coming at you live. Well, I'm alive. This video isn't alive, but I'm alive. I am the Change Doula, life coach, author, speaker, and mental health therapist. I'm coming at you because I wanted to talk to you about taking calculated risk. So, if you've ever read and I'm trying to see, do I have something here? If you've ever read a food or a product label, then you know that the first ingredients on that label are always the highest in concentration, right? Well, I suggest to you that if you want change in your life, then understand that you are your active ingredient. Let me say that again. If you want real, lasting change, understand that you are the number one active ingredient. If you begin by placing the highest concentration on focusing on making your dreams a reality, then you will find that it's going to be necessary for you to step out on faith and take risks. Now, that's not easy, even a calculated risk. A calculated risk is one that's planned out and thought out and kind of you're being very strategic and intentional on the risk. Even when that's the case, it's a strategic, calculated risk. It still is going to require some goal setting, some planning, some follow through, some researching. It's going to take some work. It doesn't just happen overnight, right? But those calculated risks and understanding that you are the active ingredient, that's going to get you from where you are right now to victory, achievement, check mark, finish, completed, done. That's what gets you there. You doing the work. You being strategic, goal setting, planning, following through, stepping out on faith, doing the work. I mean, I don't know how many times I've heard clients say, well, Tanya, I want to go back to school, or I want to change careers, or I want to further my education. And then crickets, they don't do anything, crickets. How do you think that you're going to get from A to Z without doing the work? It just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Let me give you an example from my own life. So I went back to school in 2000. I had been working a dead-end job for years. I had been applying for positions on that job to promote, right? And every time I applied for it, a new position, I would get this letter saying, sorry, someone with more seniority was selected for the position. Absolutely drove me nuts. I'm like, just because the person has more seniority does not mean that they're qualified. It would drive me nuts. I would go to job interviews outside of the company that I was working for, and I would interview for positions, And I would get the same thing over and over again. They would say, you know what? You have the experience. You have the experience. We really like you, but you don't have a degree. And I'm like, what? A degree? No, I don't have the degree, but I had the experience. Nevertheless, I still didn't get the job, experience or not. They still wanted that piece of paper. So finally, in 2000, I said, you know what? I'm going to go back to school and I'm going to get a degree. 4 years seemed ever so daunting. I'm like, oh my God, 4 years of my life going back to school. And honestly, to be honest, and I'm being very candid, very honest, I went back to school and I did not believe that I can get my degree. I didn't do it. I just didn't. I'm being honest. But you know what? I had to break it down. Rather than looking at the big picture, which was 4 years, I had to break it down to class by class. Then, when that became too difficult, I had to break it down to assignment by assignment. Just get very tunnel vision, very strategic, very matter of fact, very right now, and not look too far ahead. I went to school working on that degree. I started in 2000, fall of 2000. I graduated in 2005 with my first degree. And I was shocked. I finally made it. I finally did it. But who goes back to school and class per class, semester per semester, and do not believe that they're going to graduate? There were so many points that I thought about quitting, so many times. Then there became a time where I was more afraid of quitting than I was moving forward because I knew I had my two sons watching me. So from there in 2005, I didn't even give myself a break. I immediately went back to school to start working on a graduate degree. Well, now that was funny. That was funny. And actually, I need to probably stop here and utilize that particular message for a whole new video because I flunked out like my first year. I literally I failed a class and flunked out. I flunked out of graduate school. Yeah, as a matter of fact, that's gonna be a whole nother video. I gotta tell you guys about that. But um my whole point in saying all of this is to ask you, how are you going to make the decision to take some calculated risk in your life? When are you going to embrace that you are your active ingredient? You are the person who gets it done. Now, yeah, you might mix in some other things like a life coach, a change doula. As a change doula life coach, it is my responsibility to help you give birth to your dreams, your goals, and your vision, one push, gentle push at a time. So I can help you formulate and strategize so that we're walking this thing out together. I'm that coach who's going to support you, but you're the active ingredient. You're the person who's going to step out and take that risk to make your dreams to come true, be it to go back to school, to start a new career, to relocate, to lose weight. It could be a myriad, to start a business, to start a nonprofit. When are you going to make that decision to be proud of yourself? Today, I want you to take just 10 or 20 or 30 minutes free from distraction. Turn off your cell phone, shut down social media, turn off the TV, grab a pencil and a piece of paper, and just brainstorm. Write down some areas that you want to change in your life. I dare you. I dare you to show up for yourself. I dare you. I dare you. Take the time to write the list. Write the list. And then after you write the list, go to my website. Go to my website, www.changedoula, CHANGE, change doula, DOULA.com, and schedule a call with me. And let's talk about the list. Now, don't call me if you haven't written a list. Write the list first, and then let's talk. Until next time, I invite you to aim high, take flight, take some movement, take some calculated risks, and soar. This is Tanya Bankston, the Change Doula. I'm out. See you next time.